The night sky over New York City lit up with an unusual glow. People stopped and stared as a small, battered spaceship crashed into Central Park. The NYPD and fire department rushed to the scene, expecting the worst. But what they found was far from a threat. Inside the smoking wreckage, huddled in fear, was a child. Not a human child, but a small alien creature with big, sad eyes and blue-tinted skin. The alien child looked up at the humans, shaking with fear. Officer Sarah Johnson was the first to approach. She held out her hand and spoke softly. "It's okay, little one. We won't hurt you." The alien child hesitated, then reached out a six-fingered hand. As their hands touched, a spark of understanding passed between them. The child wasn't just scared. It was running from something terrible. News of the alien child spread quickly. Within hours, the whole world knew about the unexpected visitor. People gathered around their TVs and phones, watching as experts tried to communicate with the alien. Dr. Mark Chen, a linguist, worked day and night to understand the child's language. After 3 days, he made a breakthrough. "The child's name is Zix," he announced to the waiting world. "And it's running from something called the Galactic Council." As Zix learned to speak English, a horrifying story unfolded. The Galactic Council, a group of powerful alien races, ruled the galaxy with cruelty. They treated weaker species like slaves. Zix's people, the Blenorians, had tried to stand up to the Council. In response, the Council attacked their planet. "They hurt my family," Zix said, tears falling from its big eyes. "I had to run away." The Thompson family, living near Central Park, offered to take care of Zix. Tom and Lisa Thompson, along with their kids Jake and Emma, welcomed the alien child into their home. At first, things were strange. Zix was amazed by simple things like television and ice cream. The Thompsons learned that Zix needed to sleep in water and ate only blue foods. But soon, these differences became normal. One night, as Lisa tucked Zix into its waterbed, the alien child whispered, "Are you my new family?" Lisa felt her heart melt. "Yes, Zix," she said. "We're your family now." As Zix settled into life on Earth, more details about the Galactic Council came to light. The alien child shared stories of entire planets stripped of resources, species forced into hard labor, and brutal punishments for those who resisted. Humans around the world were shocked and angry. How could such cruelty exist in the galaxy? Protests broke out in major cities. People held signs saying "Justice for Zix" and "Earth stands against tyranny." World leaders met at the United Nations to discuss this new threat. For the first time in history, all countries agreed on one thing: Earth needed to prepare for a fight. Scientists worked around the clock to understand the advanced technology from Zix's ship. Engineers started designing new weapons and defenses. The whole planet was getting ready for something big. Meanwhile, Zix was starting to feel at home. The alien child went to school with Jake and Emma, wearing a special suit that kept its skin moist. Other kids were curious at first, but soon Zix was just another classmate. One day at the playground, a bully tried to pick on Zix. Jake stepped in, saying, "Leave my brother alone." The bully, surprised to see a human defend an alien, backed off. Zix looked at Jake with gratitude, feeling truly accepted for the first time. As months passed, Earth changed. People looked at the stars differently now, knowing what was out there. They felt angry about the Galactic Council's cruelty, but also proud that their planet had become a safe haven for Zix. The alien child, once so scared and alone, now had a family, friends, and a whole planet ready to protect it. Zix's arrival had awakened something in humanity, a determination to stand up against injustice, no matter how powerful the enemy. Little did Earth know, this was just the beginning of a journey that would change the fate of the entire galaxy. As news of Zix's story spread, Earth changed faster than ever before. People everywhere talked about space, aliens, and the Galactic Council. Schools started teaching about different alien species. Kids played Humans versus Galactic Council in playgrounds. World leaders met again at the United Nations. This time, they had a big decision to make. "We can't just sit here and do nothing," said the President of the United States. "The Galactic Council might come for us next." Other leaders agreed. They decided to create a new global organization called the Earth Defense Force, EDF. Its job was to protect Earth and prepare for possible space battles. Dr. Emily Wong, a brilliant scientist, led a team to study Zix's spaceship. They made amazing discoveries. "The ship's engine uses a kind of energy we've never seen before," Dr. Wong announced. "If we can understand it, we could travel to distant stars." Governments poured money into space research. New ships were built, stronger and faster than anything before. Special schools opened to train space pilots and alien diplomats. But not everyone was excited about these changes. Some people were scared. They worried that preparing for war would bring war to Earth. Protests started in some cities. "Peace in space," the protesters chanted. Zix watched all this with mixed feelings. The alien child was happy that humans cared, but also felt guilty. "I didn't mean to cause trouble," Zix told the Thompson family one night. Tom Thompson hugged Zix. "You didn't cause trouble," he said. "You opened our eyes. We needed to know what's out there." Meanwhile, the EDF made a big announcement. They had built Earth's first real spaceship. It was called Hope, and it could travel faster than light. The day of Hope's first flight came. The whole world watched on TV. Zix and the Thompsons were invited to the launch site. As the ship rose into the sky, everyone cheered. Zix felt a strange mix of excitement and fear. Captain Maria Diaz led the mission on Hope. Their job was to explore nearby star systems and look for allies against the Galactic Council. Before leaving, Captain Diaz knelt in front of Zix. "We'll find your people," she promised, "and we'll help them." As Hope disappeared into space, Earth held its breath. Weeks passed with no news. People started to worry. Had something gone wrong? Then, on a quiet Sunday morning, Hope returned, but it wasn't alone. 2 other ships came with it, alien ships. The aliens were called the Voltrans. They looked like tall, thin humans with silver skin. The Voltrans told an amazing story. They had been hiding from the Galactic Council for years. When they met Hope, they decided it was time to stop hiding. "We want to join Earth in standing up to the Council," the Voltran leader said. "Together, we have a chance." This news excited everyone. Humans realized they weren't alone in wanting to fight the Council. More alien refugees started coming to Earth, each with their own stories of the Council's cruelty. Zix was happier than ever. The alien child started teaching humans about other alien cultures. Schools invited Zix to give special lessons. Kids loved learning about life on other planets. But even as Earth celebrated its new allies, a dark cloud loomed. The Galactic Council had noticed the sudden activity around Earth. They weren't happy about it. In a secret meeting, the Council leaders made a decision. "This planet of humans is becoming a problem," one leader said. "We must deal with them before it's too late." As Earth prepared for a new age of space exploration and alliance building, the Galactic Council was preparing too. For war. The day had finally come. Earth was ready to face the Galactic Council. The newly built starship Unity stood tall and proud, ready for its historic mission. Its crew was a mix of the best from Earth and their new alien allies. Captain Jack Harper, a tough but fair leader, was chosen to head the mission. As he boarded the ship, he turned to the crowd and said, "Today, we go not just for Earth, but for all beings who want freedom." Zix watched the launch with excitement and fear. The alien child knew better than anyone how dangerous the Council could be. "Be careful," Zix whispered as Unity disappeared into the stars. The journey to the Galactic Council's headquarters took weeks. During this time, the crew of Unity learned more about each other. Humans taught aliens about Earth customs, while aliens shared stories of their homeworlds. Finally, they arrived. The Council's space station was enormous, like a city floating in space. Unity docked, and Captain Harper led his team out to meet the Council. The Council chamber was grand and intimidating. Alien beings of all shapes and sizes sat in high seats, looking down at the Earth delegation. Many seemed angry that humans dared to come here. The head of the Council, a tall, purple being named Zorn, spoke first. "Humans," he said in a booming voice, "you are not welcome here. Go back to your little planet and stay there." But Captain Harper stood firm. "We come in peace," he said, "but we also come for justice. We know what you've done to other species. It has to stop." The Council members laughed. They didn't take the humans seriously. One Council member, a blob-like creature, oozed forward. "You know nothing," it gurgled. "We keep order in the galaxy. Without us, there would be chaos." For days, the talks went on. The Earth team tried to explain why the Council's actions were wrong. They talked about freedom, kindness, and working together. Some Council members listened, but most didn't care. During a break, Captain Harper overheard two Council members talking. "These humans are becoming a problem," one said. "We should crush them now, before they get stronger." Harper realized the danger they were in. He sent a secret message back to Earth. "Be ready. The Council cannot be trusted." Meanwhile, on Earth, Zix was teaching more humans about space. The alien child had become a celebrity, appearing on TV shows and giving speeches. "Humans are special," Zix would say. "You care about others in a way the Council never did." As the days passed, tension grew on the Council station. More and more alien refugees were speaking up, inspired by Earth's bravery. They started telling their own stories of the Council's cruelty. The Earth team made friends with some of these aliens. They learned secrets about the Council's weaknesses and strengths. Captain Harper knew this information could be crucial if things turned bad. On the last day of talks, Zorn made a final offer. "We will leave Earth alone," he said, "if you promise to never help any other species, stay on your planet, and mind your own business." The room fell silent. Everyone waited for Captain Harper's answer. He stood up, looked Zorn in the eye, and said, "No deal. We will not turn our backs on those who need help. That's not who we are." With those words, Harper knew he had just started something big. The Earth team quickly returned to Unity and took off, barely escaping as Council ships tried to stop them. As they raced back to Earth, Harper sent a message. "Diplomacy has failed. The Council sees us as a threat. We need to prepare for what comes next." Back on Earth, people received the news with mixed feelings. They were proud of their team for standing up to the Council, but scared of what might happen now. Zix, watching the stars at night, felt a mix of hope and worry. The alien child knew that dark times were coming, but also believed that humans, with their big hearts and strong will, might just be the galaxy's best hope. As Unity sped home, Earth began to prepare for the biggest fight in its history. The age of innocence was over. The real test was about to begin. After the failed talks with the Galactic Council, Earth knew it had to act fast. Leaders from all countries met again, this time with a clear goal: to build a secret rebel force against the Council. They called it Operation Starlight. Its mission was to find and help other alien species who wanted to fight the Council. Captain Maria Diaz, who had led the first mission on the ship Hope, was chosen to lead this operation. "We need to be smart and careful," Captain Diaz told her team. "The Council is strong, but they don't know everything. We can use that to our advantage." Earth's scientists worked day and night to create new technology. They made ships that could hide from the Council's scanners and weapons that could fight against their advanced tech. But their best invention was a special communication device that let them talk to other planets without the Council knowing. Meanwhile, Zix had a big job too. The alien child started teaching humans about all the different alien species it knew. This information was very important for Operation Starlight. It helped them know who might become their friends in space. One day, while Zix was giving a lesson, A student asked, "Aren't you scared the Council will find you here on Earth?" Zix thought for a moment, then said, "I used to be scared all the time. But now, with all of you as my friends, I feel brave. We're all brave together." As months passed, Operation Starlight started to work. Earth made contact with many alien species who hated the Council. Some were strong warriors, others were great scientists or healers. All of them wanted freedom. One of these species was the Luminary, beings made of pure light. They could travel through space without ships, which made them perfect spies against the Council. Another group was the Gronks, who looked like big, friendly rocks. They were incredibly strong and could survive in space without air. They became great helpers in building secret bases on empty moons and asteroids. Earth became a safe place for aliens running from the Council. Special towns were built where aliens could live freely. Humans and aliens worked together, learning from each other and becoming friends. But keeping all this a secret was hard. The Council started to notice that something strange was happening. They sent spies to Earth to find out what was going on. One day, a Council spy almost caught Zix. The alien child was visiting a secret alien town when the spy appeared. Quick-thinking humans pretended Zix was just in a costume for a movie. The spy left, but everyone knew they had to be more careful. Despite the danger, the rebellion grew stronger every day. More and more planets joined Earth's secret alliance. They shared food, technology, and most importantly, hope. Captain Diaz and her team traveled across the galaxy, meeting new allies and making plans. They had many close calls with Council ships, but always managed to escape thanks to their new technology and alien friends. Back on Earth, humans were changing too. They started to see themselves not just as people from different countries, but as part of something bigger, the galactic community. Schools taught kids about space travel and alien cultures. Adults trained to work with alien technology. Everyone felt excited about the future, even though they knew it might be dangerous. One night, as Zix looked at the stars with the Thompson family, Emma asked, "Do you think we'll win against the Council?" Zix smiled and said, "I don't know if we'll win, but I know we're doing the right thing. And that's what matters." Little did they know, their biggest challenge was just around the corner. The Council was planning something big, something that would test Earth and its allies like never before. As the rebellion spread across the stars, both sides prepared for a conflict that would decide the fate of the galaxy. The spark of rebellion had turned into a flame, and soon it would become a fire that not even the mighty Galactic Council could ignore. The day Earth had feared finally came. Early one morning, strange ships appeared in the sky. They were bigger and scarier than anything humans had ever seen. The Galactic Council had found Earth's secret, and they were angry. Alarms rang out across the planet. People rushed to safety shelters built for this very day. Zix and the Thompson family huddled together, watching the news with worried faces. "This is not a drill," the TV announcer said, trying to stay calm. "The Galactic Council has entered Earth's atmosphere. All citizens, please follow emergency procedures." In space, Earth's defense ships rushed to meet the Council's fleet. Captain Maria Diaz led the charge in her ship, Hope. "Remember your training," she told her crew. "We fight not just for Earth, but for every being who wants freedom." The battle was fierce. Council ships fired strange weapons that made Earth's technology stop working. But humans were clever. They had prepared for this and quickly switched to backup systems. On the ground, things were chaotic. Some Council ships landed and scary alien soldiers came out. They started destroying buildings and capturing people. But they weren't ready for what happened next. All over the world, hidden doors and windows opened. Aliens of all shapes and sizes emerged, Earth's secret allies. They joined humans in fighting back against the Council forces. In New York, a group of luminary lit up the sky, blinding the Council soldiers. In Tokyo, huge Gronks picked up cars and threw them at enemy ships. In Cairo, Shape-shifting morphs confused the invaders by looking just like them. But the Council was strong. They pushed forward, heading for the world's capitals. It seemed like Earth might lose. Then, something amazing happened. The sky lit up with thousands of lights. New ships were arriving, but they weren't Council ships. They were Earth's alien allies from across the galaxy, coming to help. The tide of the battle turned. With their friends' help, Earth's forces pushed the Council back. But the fight wasn't over yet. Zorn, the Council leader, appeared on screens all over Earth. His purple face looked angry. "Humans," he growled, "you have broken our laws. Surrender now, or we will destroy your planet." For a moment, everything was quiet. Then, a small voice spoke up. It was Zix, broadcasting from a safe room with the Thompsons. "No, Zorn," the alien child said bravely. "Earth will not surrender. They took me in when I was alone and scared. They've done the same for others. Earth is kind and brave. Everything the Council is not. You should be ashamed." Zix's words touched hearts across the galaxy. More alien ships arrived, joining Earth's side. The Council was outnumbered, but Zorn was furious. "If we can't have Earth, no one will," he shouted. The biggest Council ship moved into position above New York City. It looked ready to fire a weapon that could destroy the whole area. Just then, a small, fast ship zipped past the Council defenses. It was piloted by Jake Thompson, who had trained in secret to be a space pilot. He flew straight at the big ship's weak spot, firing special missiles designed by Dr. Emily Wong. The Council's ship exploded in a flash of light. Cheers erupted from every corner of Earth and from ships in space. Without their leader and biggest weapon, the Council forces began to retreat. As the enemy ships disappeared into space, Earth celebrated. Humans and aliens hugged each other in the streets. They had won this battle. But the war wasn't over. Zix knew the Council would be back, angrier than ever, and they had taken something precious during the fight. The alien child had seen Council soldiers capture other young aliens who had been living on Earth. As the dust settled, Captain Diaz called an emergency meeting. "We've won today," she said, "but our real fight is just beginning. We need to save those children and show the galaxy that the Council's cruelty must end." Earth had faced its biggest test and survived. Now, it was time to take the fight to the stars. The next phase of the rebellion was about to begin, and this time, Earth wouldn't be caught by surprise. After the Council's attack, Earth changed forever. The whole planet now knew about the danger in space, but instead of being scared, humans were angry and determined. They wanted to fight back. World leaders met again, this time with alien allies by their side. They made a big decision. It was time to take the fight to the Galactic Council. "We can't wait for them to attack us again," said the President of the United States. "We need to free the galaxy from their cruelty." Captain Maria Diaz stood up. "I have a plan," she said, "but it's dangerous. We'll need everyone's help." The plan was bold. Earth would reveal its secret fleet of advanced ships. These ships, built with help from alien friends, were faster and stronger than anything the Council had. But that wasn't all. Earth had a secret weapon, a device that could shut down the Council's technology. Dr. Emily Wong explained how it worked. "It sends out a special wave," she said. "It turns off Council machines but keeps ours running. We call it the Freedom Wave." Zix, listening to the plan, felt both excited and scared. The alien child knew that among the captured kids was a close friend. "We have to save them," Zix said, voice shaking a little. Jake Thompson, now a hero for his bravery in the last battle, put a hand on Zix's shoulder. "We will," he promised. "All of us together." As Earth got ready, news spread across the galaxy. Many planets that had been afraid to fight now wanted to join Earth. The rebellion was growing bigger every day. The Council, angry about losing the battle on Earth, started being even meaner to other planets. This made more aliens want to join Earth's side. Finally, the day came. Earth's fleet, led by the giant ship Humanity's Hope, left the solar system. Thousands of ships from Earth and friendly aliens flew together. It was the biggest fleet the galaxy had ever seen. Captain Diaz stood on the bridge of Humanity's Hope. "This is it," she said to her crew. "Today we fight for freedom." The fleet headed for the Council's main base. Along the way, they freed planets that were under Council control. Everywhere they went, people cheered for Earth and its allies. But the Council wasn't going to give up easily. They gathered their biggest fleet ever. The two sides met in space near a giant red star. The battle was huge. Lasers and explosions lit up space. Earth's ships were better, but the Council had more of them. It was a close fight. On Humanity's Hope, Dr. Wong got the Freedom Wave ready. "We only have one shot," she said. "We need to get closer." Captain Diaz made a bold decision. She would fly Humanity's Hope right into the middle of the Council fleet. It was super dangerous, but it was their only chance. As they flew closer, Council ships attacked from all sides. The ship shook and alarms went off, but they kept going. Just when it seemed like they might not make it, Jake flew in with his fast ship. He cleared a path for Humanity's Hope, dodging and weaving through enemy fire. Finally, they were in position. "Now," shouted Captain Diaz. Dr. Wong turned on the Freedom Wave. A blue light spread out from their ship. Suddenly, all the Council ships stopped working. Their lights went out, and they floated helplessly in space. A cheer went up from Earth's fleet. They had won. As Earth's ships moved in to capture Council leaders, Captain Diaz sent a message to all planets. "The Council's reign is over," she said. "Today marks a new era of freedom for all species." Back on Earth, people celebrated in the streets. Humans and aliens hugged and danced together. Zix, watching the news with the Thompsons, felt a mix of joy and hope. But the alien child knew their job wasn't done yet. Somewhere out there, the captured children were waiting to be rescued, and Zix was determined to find them. As the galaxy celebrated its newfound freedom, a new mission was just beginning. The story of Earth's bravery was spreading to every corner of space, inspiring hope and courage wherever it was heard. With the Galactic Council defeated, a new challenge began. The galaxy needed a fair way to govern itself. Earth, once a small, unknown planet, was now at the center of this huge task. Captain Maria Diaz, Dr. Emily Wong, and other Earth leaders met with representatives from hundreds of alien species. They gathered on a beautiful neutral planet to discuss the future. "We don't want to be like the Council," Captain Diaz said. "We need a system where everyone has a voice." For weeks, they talked and planned. It wasn't easy. Every species had different needs and ideas, but they all agreed on one thing: no more cruel rulers. Finally, they created the Galactic Alliance. Every planet would have an equal say. No matter how big or small, they would make decisions together, focusing on peace and helping each other. Meanwhile, Zix hadn't forgotten about the captured children. The alien child worked with Jake Thompson and a team of rescuers to find them. They searched planet after planet, following clues and rumors. One day, they got lucky. A freed slave told them about a secret prison on a faraway moon. Zix's heart raced. Could this be where their friends were? Jake piloted their ship to the moon. It was a scary place, dark and cold. But they were brave. They snuck past old Council guards and broke into the prison. And there they were, dozens of alien children, scared but alive. Among them was Zix's close friend, Blip. The two hugged, crying happy tears. "I knew you'd come," Blip said. "I told everyone Earth would save us." They freed all the children and brought them back to Earth. It was a day of celebration. Families were reunited, and those without families found new homes with caring humans and aliens. As the galaxy settled into peace, Earth continued to amaze everyone. Humans and aliens worked together, creating incredible new technologies. They found ways to clean polluted planets, cure diseases, and travel faster than ever through space. Zix, now older and wiser, became an important diplomat. The alien child who once fled to Earth in fear now traveled the stars, helping planets join the Galactic Alliance. One day, Zix returned to their home planet, Bliner. It had been many years since the Council attacked it. With help from Earth and other allies, Bliner was rebuilt. Zix's people were free and happy again. As Zix walked through the rebuilt cities of Bliner, they remembered the scared child they once were. Now, Blinorian children played freely in the streets, learning about Earth and the many alien friends they had across the galaxy. Back on Earth, the Thompson family watched the news about the galaxy's progress. They felt proud of the part they played in this big adventure. "I can't believe how much has changed," Lisa Thompson said, smiling. Jake, now a famous space pilot, nodded. "And it all started when we decided to help one scared alien kid." Years passed, and the story of Earth's bravery became legend. In schools across the galaxy, children of all species learned about how a small planet stood up against cruelty and changed everything. The Galactic Alliance grew stronger every day. Planets that were once enemies became friends. Knowledge and culture were shared freely. The galaxy was more peaceful and prosperous than ever before. One night, on the anniversary of the Council's defeat, people on every planet looked up at the stars. They lit candles and made wishes for the future. In that moment, the entire galaxy felt united. Zix, standing with the Thompsons and Blip, watched the candles flicker. The alien child who had started this journey felt a warmth in their heart. "Thank you," Zix said softly, "for everything." Tom Thompson smiled. "No, Zix. Thank you. You taught us that being human isn't about what you look like or where you're from. It's about how you treat others." As shooting stars streaked across the sky, Zix knew that the galaxy's future was bright. Earth had shown that with courage, kindness, and unity, anything was possible. The story of the brave little planet that changed the galaxy would be told for generations to come. And in every corner of space, freedom and friendship would continue to grow.